Hey guys, welcome back for another Take 5 moment. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying your weekend. We want to hear from you in the comments section below. So tell us the best meal that you've had since we've been quarantined at home. Now, as for today, we'll be looking at how having a big effect starts with a small group and understanding that your individual impact on the world can be multiplied in a small group. Now, guys, I have a confession to make. I really enjoy watching fail videos. I don't mean failing at life, failing in their proposal, or finding out they failed an exam. I'm talking about the guy who tries the skateboard tricks and just falls on his face, or the girl who tries a front handspring and just face plummets down. The duo who tries a dance routine and they crack heads. The cat who jumps at the bird outside and smacks the window. Have you guys ever seen any of these epic fails? Now, I don't want to see anyone be seriously injured, but I will have to admit, seeing other people fail is super entertaining. But when I see videos like this, I notice something. They all have this in common, and the person in the video is never alone. Whether they're doing something ridiculous, amazing, or crazy, they're almost always with someone else. That's why we've been talking about the You effect in our latest series, and we talked about how all of us have more effect on others than we think. And because of that, God can do even more than we imagined with our influence. But I imagine nearly everybody here feels a little skeptical about the whole "let's go change the world" message that we often hear so very often. And I mean, we're not against making things better. It is possible to have a big impact on the world when you're just one person in our town, at our schools, from our families. Having a big impact starts with a small group. It starts with circling up with a few people around you and deciding to do life differently together. That's why we do small groups here. Sure, we want you to have people to hang out with, a safe place to share, a leader you can trust. That's all great. And if you were to ask, there are seniors and juniors here who would tell you their high school experience was 1,000 times better because of their small group. But it's more than just that too. We want you to have a group that is so noticeably different, so obvious for each other and with each other, that the people around you want to know what's going on. We want you to be part of a group so uniquely and obviously transformed by Jesus' love for you that people at your school are affected, people on your team is affected, people even in your family are affected. And ultimately, here's the truth. You have an effect on the people around you, but you will have a far bigger effect, a far longer lasting effect if you aren't by yourself. Having a big group starts with, you guessed it, a small group. But here's the catch. None of this happens if you don't first show up. The early church did everything together and it changed everything for them. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do everything with your small group, but I am saying to have the kind of life-changing effect that we're talking about, you have to hang out together, know each other, and talk to each other outside 1 or 2 times per week. Second, stand out. Be honest as a group. Are we noticeably different than other classes or other groups of people? Does the way we talk about each other make us the kind of group others want to be a part of? Or does the way that we treat others reflect the way Jesus has changed our lives? If not, that's okay. But how can we work on being the kind of people who have an effect on the world around us? And number 3, start something. It's great to hang out together here every week, whether it's virtual or before in person, but what if you started something intentionally to have an effect on the people in the rest of your world? What if you decided that you'd all sit with the lonely kid in the cafeteria, or celebrate people who might not feel noticed, or volunteer with the kids ministry? Shout out leader Steph. I don't know what your group should do, but here's what I know for sure. People who hang out together and serve others together have a different kind of relationship. They have a deeper kind of relationship. They have a better kind of high school experience, and they have a far bigger effect than anyone would have ever imagined if they were on their own. I know a lot of groups won't do this. That's natural. But imagine for a second if yours did. What would change at your school or in your friend group? How would it change you personally? A big effect starts with a small group, and I'm praying that starts for you tonight. And let that prayer be for the rest of the coming weeks, even months, even years, that we would completely understand that having a big impact starts with a small group, and that we all would get connected with a small group so that we can make a big impact. All right, guys, it's been amazing. I hope that you guys have a great week, and I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Peace out.